Good day, my Facebook tribe, you amazing light workers and entrepreneurs, life coaches, energy healers, freedompreneurs inside of this Sangha. I love Wednesdays. Welcome to Akashic Meditations for Business. My name is Emily Harrison. I am the founder and director of the Akashic Academy, as well as a mentor to other light workers in the realm of the Akashic Records, which I personally use to guide not only my individual healing growth, unlocking of new talents, skills, abilities, bringing in new healing protocols, but it guides my business. It is the guiding force actually behind the Akashic Academy as well. So I'm excited to share that area of expertise with you guys today. I love Wednesdays. Miss Nancy in the house, and hello, Kinzel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, we got a couple people gathering in here, waiting for a couple more friends to come in. Kinzel, I miss you. I'm going to play with the fire a little bit. I got a candle going here, a triple wicker, and I'm going to light some Palo Santo for us. Do a little energy clearing. Boy, we are clearing, are we not? Hello, Lisa. I'm glad you were here in the house. And with clearing comes the incredible opportunity to dive in, to see our own shit more dynamically, to shift it, to move it. And today I'd like to share some insights with everyone who's joining us now and on the replay, or maybe even on the YouTube channel. Welcome if you're joining us there. Bringing some insight and some understanding about the cosmic law of rhythm, because you guys know, well, first of all, you know Palo Santo is damn hard to get lit. You got to light this stuff before you go live. That's all I got to say, because it takes so long to light. Ah, Cindy's in the house too. Yep, that's good. There we go. Now we got her going. Now we got her going. Do a little collective clearing here. Just allow yourself to move into the smoke for a moment. Allow this to just cleanse out your consciousness, release some density, some rigidity in your mind, your thoughts, your emotions right now, so that you can really receive this understanding very dynamically. We are going to dive into understanding more about the cosmic law of rhythm, because there are some cosmic laws. Maybe you noticed them. How many people notice some cosmic laws that while we know that we are these powerful creators, we are powerful manifestors, we know that we can make our universe more malleable, we're still working under cosmic law. And one of those cosmic laws is the law of rhythm. I'm going to be talking about, and this is also a Hermetic principle, okay? We're going to be talking specifically about the Hermetic principles inside intuitive development. We're going to be diving deep into them. But since I'm diving deep and expanding my own knowledge and understanding and opening new access points within the records about this subject, I wanted to tie in and bring in some specific, how this specific perspective, try to say that, is relevant to our business. And we are going to take a look at our rhythms and patterns. So that's really why I wanted to do the clearing to begin, because I wanted you to just be able to clear things out so you have clarity. We've got to be able to look at ourselves with dynamic clarity. So as I'm sharing with you about these principles of rhythm, I'm going to invite you to experience yourself multidimensionally. Not only listen to the words that are being read to you, but also allow your own awareness to bubble up, okay? Start to see your own patterns in this. Now, the Hermetic laws, these 7 Hermetic laws that we're going to dive in and study more deeply in intuitive development, they're kind of laws that you just can't get around. You got to learn how they work so you can learn how to either rise above them, work within them. And all of that is based on the understanding that you have the influence over your thoughts. This realm, the earth realm, is a realm of creation. And we create based on the energy of thought at the most fundamental level. So that is where you have the opportunity to influence or interact with these laws more dynamically. So you got to know that going in, all right? You got to be aware of, yeah, all these patterns are existing, but you are influencing them and increasing their intensity or making them flow more dynamically by the way you show up in your thoughts about them. So the principle of rhythm, I'm going to read to you guys. Everybody come in. It's story hour with Emily. Everybody sit down. I love story hour at the library. The principle of rhythm. Everything flows in and out. Everything has tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. I definitely noticed this in my life, okay? As much as I swing emotionally one way, I swing back the other way. This pattern shows up everywhere. I definitely use the pendulum metaphor for understanding my own emotional swings. When it comes to my business and how I am able to show up and make money on this planet, many of you guys know I was an actress for 20 years before I did this, which is an interesting way to try to make your living. But I talk about the accordion too, like loving a lot, having a little, having a lot, having a little. My personal financial pattern has been pretty extreme. I can go from making $100,000 in a year to making $0,000 the next year. It has been a pretty intense cycle for me, which is why I'm really excited that as I'm learning and growing and cycling back around, much of what I'm doing right now as I'm showing up and building the Akashic Academy with Coach Nick and with our network host and with Bridget, who's just an amazing job on our magazine. We got another one about ready to come out for you guys. It's very similar to the way I dreamed, envisioned of how I would show up in Hollywood. I would work with my friends. We would build this amazing production company. We would make movies. We're kind of doing the same thing here. We're creating this amazing opportunity to dive into your own story, to dive into the mystery, to raise each other up, to marry entertainment with our own growth, to create a space that's so magical altogether. But I want to make sure that my old Hollywood patterns and shit do not follow me. It's like that karma. You got to get it off. Get off. Get off. And I'm learning how to do that. And I'm learning how to do that by diving in, learning how to control and create my own experience by how I go within, manipulating my own body chemicals, chemistry, and how I'm showing up. Okay? The measure of the swing, this is back to the pendulum, the measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. Between the opposite poles of the principle of polarity is the pendulum swing of the principle of rhythm. Okay, so we know that everything operates on polarity here on this planet, from the North and the South Pole, holding the whole damn thing in place, to, I always like to go back to Geoffrey Chaucer and the theory of contraries because that moved me so much when I was in high school. I just really loved literature, been a writer my whole life. But Geoffrey Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales. He also talked about this theory of contraries. He wrote an essay called The Theory of Contraries. And this talks about how we don't fully experience one emotion until we've experienced its opposite. Okay, so we know that there's the principle of polarity, which means we got here and here, opposite ends. And then we have the principle of rhythm, which means your ass gonna swing back and forth between those ends like that. Okay, so hold on for the ride unless you'd like off. This principle embodies the truth that everything exists in a measure of motion from here to there, moving in and out, swinging backwards and forwards, the rise and fall of tides, the ebbing and flowing, and never truly sitting still, never stopping, so I got a major itchy nose, and always changing. I actually like the idea of, while I definitely am loving this knowledge, which is why I'm sharing it with you, the idea of that, recognize everything swings forward and backward. There's ebb and flow everywhere you go. True. But I just had a moment where I was like, oh, hang on a second. Actually, maybe it doesn't swing forward and backward. Maybe it's always swinging forward. You're just always, maybe we could reframe to just be like, swinging forward, swinging forward, swinging forward. I don't know, just came in, this idea. I love it. This principle controls the cycle of life and death, creation and destruction, rise and fall, and of course manifests in our mental states. Okay, I was diving into my money states when I first saw this. I was like, yes, I want to understand this because I'm definitely starting to get a handle more on those emotional swings, but I want to understand more dynamically how I'm doing it, right? So when I read this, I began to, again, just, it hammers it home. There are no business problems. There are only personal problems. So all of this can be influenced when we go back and address our mental state, okay? When you are in tune with the principle of rhythm, and you understand that every mental state exists in rhythm, always ebbing and flowing, you can learn to use this principal advantage. That means able to control your own thoughts. And you can polarize yourself to the degree that you desire. Meaning, if you don't want to be like way out here and way out here, you'd rather be like here and here, you're allowed to do that by controlling the way that your thoughts are interacting when you're experiencing this big swing. So for my example, talking about the money ebb and flows, when I'm in that state of the ebb, it's going to be very important that I don't continue to, with my thoughts or emotions, feed any kind of fear or lack or get into scramble mode like we tend to do. It's important to back off and recognize this cycle, this pattern. And once we get honestly good at managing our money, let me talk first person. Once I get really good at managing my money, when I'm experiencing the flow and the flow comes in, probably not much of the flow gonna go out when it instantly come in as I get more in balance, as I bring this polarity down, right? Let me say it in another way. My ass saves more than spends all of that flow coming in. Let me tell you something. I have 5 kids. They like to ski. They like to paddleboard. They like to go do, oh my gosh, they like gymnastics. I'm just releasing the cheer shoes that I bought for Vivian. Hang on, this is going to take me just a second. Vivian Kate Kinnaman. You guys know her as the 9-year-old adult, sweet child. Just bought that child $100 cheer shoes that are her second round of shoes because okay, I'll just tell you the real story. We tried to go a little cheap ass on her, and we tried to find some clearance shoes at Cabela's, still $50 damn. She wears them. These are too bulky. The other girls are making fun of me. I have some money to put towards the shoes. Can I get them, Mom? Whew, right? So these are the second pair of shoes, the second pair of cheer shoes for Vivian. But see, when we learn to balance these cycles more in our life, and Miss Nancy gave me the sad face. I had to double down on cat food like that recently too, Miss Nance. I was at the store that doesn't have the branded cat food that Apollo likes, so I bought something else that I thought he would like. He didn't like the cat food. That'll teach you. Just buy the right thing the first time. So all of these lessons that we're learning, buy the right thing the first time. Save. Learn to manage your money more dynamically. I'm doing that. It was a big eye-opener for me last Wednesday when I was live on my show, Akashic Answers with Emily, and a gentleman had asked about, when is the ship coming in? He's expecting a settlement. He's expecting this money, this amount coming in. And the record's like, yeah, you need it because you've already spent it in your mind. You already have things that needs. What if And this never even entered that what Spirit was saying is like this not everybody, some of you guys are good with your money. I'm talking about those of you guys who are learning like me. Many of us tend to spend before we even have it. When we're in our manifesting mode, we're like, oh, I want to go on a trip to Egypt to get activated. It's going to cost me this amount of money, so I'm going to manifest it. And it's like we're starting to like that's one area where like our mind starts to get in the way. What if the choice was, what if I could just save this? And that shifted me big time, because I'm the chaser of, this is what I want to create. This is how much it's going to cost to do it. I'm going to go manifest it. And I'm pretty good at doing it, decent at doing it, getting pretty decent. What if? So I invite you to recognize that you can shift the swing of your pendulum, always swinging forward, by how you open up your mind and create an opportunity just for new thought for yourself. If this was your program and you had a big windfall of cash that came in, or you had a month where you had 10 new clients sign up, and you had your nice little well of source and resource nice and flowing for you, and you didn't have 10 things that you had to go spend it on, then when you go back on the ebb, let me swing back this way. This way is the ebb, this way is the flow. When you swing back to the ebb, it's not quite so way out here. So this is how our thoughts can begin to transform the way we are experiencing this cosmic law of rhythm, which, by the way, you're not going to escape. You can only get in there and play with it. Let me read a little bit more to you guys. Know that things you lose will come back, and things that you now own will disappear later. Being able to appropriate these smooth transitions can be the difference between days of recovery mentally, physically, and emotionally, or smooth grace periods during times of intensity. Knowing when to retreat and when to return is one of the many keys to self-mastery. Okay, so this idea of knowing when you're in this cycle, this rhythm, know when you need to back off and just allow yourself to be, to observe, to participate, to love the season. If you have a season of ebb where you don't have as many clients, this isn't about testing you to see if you can manifest more, or testing you to see, it's not about that. Spirit wants you to take time to go inward, to rest, to rejuvenate, to create, and you can't be busy while you're doing that. Okay? See how that works? All right, through heightened awareness gained by understanding this principle, you can experience transcendental states of consciousness to rise above the swing of the pendulum. Rhythm will have an effect on you one way or another, but with awareness, you can use it to propel you forward and ride it back to recovery. All people who experience self-mastery do this to some degree, but those who exert their will upon this principle, meaning you get in there and you use your thoughts to interact and to influence how much of this swing that you are actually experiencing in your emotions and your thoughts and in your trigger points. Those who exert their will upon this principle are able to act from a place of purpose, as opposed to letting the pendulum swing them into reactivity. That ebb time, where things are slowing down for you, where you need to go inward to create, friends, you are losing your momentum if you start doing the tap dance of how to find more clients, how to get a show up more, do more videos, make more calls. If you participate in the swing that way, you are not getting the highest level of growth that is available for you. Yeah, you're going to learn no matter where you are because you're smart and you're in this space. And if you're listening right now and you hung out with me this long, you are smart, smart fellow. One smart fellow, he felt smart. Two smart fellows, both felt smart. Say that fast. You'll crack yourself up. One smart fellow, he felt smart. Two smart fellows, they both felt smart. Okay? You are smart. So I want you to begin to show up and put all of these pieces in place. It's like we're kids. We're learning how to play with all these different blocks over here, our emotions, managing our emotions. Then we're playing with this set of blocks over here. We're learning to manage our thoughts. And then we're playing with this set of blocks, and we're learning to manifest and make our world malleable and create the lives and the jobs and the experiences that we want. And now we're learning how to put these blocks together and play with them all at the same time and create something very, very powerful and multidimensional. So as you begin to understand these cosmic laws more dynamically and how you can show up to play a part in influencing them to your highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to you, you not only are smart, but then you get strong too. You get powerful, you get influential, you have powerful impact on not only yourself, but others. But truly, it's because you're having impact on yourself. That's the only reason why you can have impact on anybody else. Because the work that you do on yourself is the work that is available for others to experience when they come into your energy frequency. All right, ooh, my third eye is going off. Let's dive into some questions. I'm gonna go through and read some comments right now. Say hi to you guys. I'm feeling very, very dizzy too, just so you know. Lots of energy moving. Thank you for participating by allowing yourself to receive this knowledge. That's what I feel when I feel the energy moving. I start to get lightheaded. I'm knowing that it's landing, so that makes me happy. All right, I'm gonna dive in, say hello. If you guys have any questions coming up about anything going on in your business, patterns that you're seeing this week, questions, anything you want to discuss, we'll have time for a little Q&A here. I would love to either answer some questions to bring more clarity about the teaching today, or tune in quickly to your records and let your guides tell you. I'll let your guides tell you off instead of me, okay? Anna May in the house. Hello, Anna. Inez in the house. Hello, Inez. Story time. Everybody getting comfy. Katie Carter, I saw your bubbles coming up. Laura in the house. Boggy. Sifu, who gets me ready for my big days on Wednesday. Thank you, friend. Cha, yes. Wendy Sue, hey, it's our anniversary, Wendy Sue. Want to make out? I love you so much. Cynthia in the house, nice. Good to see you, Cynthia Munn. Carla, so good to see you too. You show up. Josie, good to see you. Christy Warnick, loving it, loving it, loving it. Katie says, I hate money. That is my problem. Trying to get over it, but it's becoming an issue again. Right in the wave. Right in the wave. Yep, lots of things about money shifting and changing. Just remember, we don't tend to instantaneously, bam, shift into something totally different. You don't really want to either. Have you ever seen that E-News special about the lottery syndrome? Oops. People who fuck themselves up. All right. So just, again, respect the cycles, respect the growth cycles. Just just ask Spirit, what do I need to learn now? What do I need to learn now? What can you show me now? And just stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, because there's usually lots of layers. If you've been experiencing a karmic cycle for a long time, be prepared for lots of layers of it to unfold. But all you have to do is know the right question. What do I need to understand next? What can I learn next? What can I learn next? Is there any more? Send in helpers. SOS! You can do that too. Christy says, what if you choose to go to Egypt and manifest it without knowing how, and you have plenty of money too? This is really beautiful, Christy, because some of the practical advice in adjusting how we approach our visualizations and manifestations is to just leave money out of it. Just see yourself with enough resource that you're experiencing what you want to experience. And generally, when you do it that way, like what Christy is suggesting, the resource, the support shows up. Let's see what else. Just ran out in the rain. Nancy's in the rain. Money is being, so finding a way to heal that relationship. Yep. I love, that's helped me a lot too, is looking at money as like a love relationship. Money as my lover. Money loves me too. Yeah, that's good for me to dive in there, because when that comes up, you're like, okay, well now I see where I want to shift because I don't know that I really feel like money's the first person I want to call to come on over and seduce. It's just like, oh, but what if we can make it that? I'm down. I love it. Boggy says he used to teach Qigong to lottery winners. That's a huge issue. That's right. That's right. Laura's feeling fried into the school year. Oh my goodness. Girlfriend. I hear you, working moms. When you work from home and your kids get off school, right? I hear you. God bless you with that one. I'm just going to call in higher support. I don't know if I can do anything for you, but call in higher support. I've been taking daily salt baths, incorporating my kids more into it. It's an interesting balancing act when you're a mama and you're working from home and you're doing it all, and you can't do it all. And I love you. Katie says, to Boggy, love how you said that. That makes sense. Awesome. All right, we have just another minute if you guys have any other questions. Otherwise, and I shouldn't even say otherwise, and, how about and? Let's bring in a little bit of sound activation here. Just to, and look at my, Boggy was working with me today on the 3 cauldrons, having these nice big empty vessels within the being to Boggy was working with me, we were collecting mist. I want you to allow yourself to collect the energy of this sound, okay? This particular pot that I have is not like the one Boggy gave me earlier that created mist. This one creates sound. Sound, again, back to the basic manifesting tool. We talked about thoughts. Sound is the primitive tool to move things into the physical realm, okay? So just allow your consciousness to fill and become this sound and expand. And any final questions, go ahead and bring them in. Oh yes, good, Laura's here. Okay, awesome. Otherwise, we will finish with just a little simple activation here. Everybody take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, allowing the consciousness to disappear into the sound of the bowl. Deep breath in and exhale. Can you guys see my hand shaking? I'm riding this bowl so loud, so near my mic, so it would pick up near my body. I feel like when they dropped I don't know for sure, because I'm assuming this is what the moon felt like when they dropped that big, I don't know if it's part of the space rocket or whatever it was, the launch pad, whatever. And then the moon resounded like a big gong for hours. They said that's what my body is like. Bong! I felt that. I hope you felt that too, sending it into you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending this time with me. Of course, for many of you guys, the journey continues on Wednesday because many of you are members inside the Akashic Academy, where we're going to dive deeper in today to a 2-part workshop learning about the Hermetic principles. So if you are not a member, you want to learn more, please feel free to send me a private message. visit the Akashic Academy Network Facebook page, scroll to the top, we got a learn more button there where it'll take you directly to a little video tour, show you what's going on. And of course, at noon, we will be doing Akashic Answers with Emily, which is a collective and live group Akashic Record reading and healing session that happens over at the Akashic Academy at 12 p.m. Pacific. And I hope to see you guys